Oh, you're having a bit of a rough day? Sorry to hear that. Well, how about this? How about towards the end of your shift, I'll make you a cocktail with a bit of a punch to it. Yeah, you like that? All right. Hey, friends. Hey, welcome on back. Welcome back to Barkeep's Choice. Again, my name is Dion. I'll be your bartender this evening. This frustrated furry friend of mine, this is Bandito. He's going to be helping us along the way. Okay, for today, I decided to make something a little different than I've been making. It's a cocktail that you may not have heard of, but it's pretty easy to make and uses the same skills that we've used prior. And it's also a very delicious, herbaceous, spirit-forward cocktail with a very fun name that goes by the Hanky Panky. Today's episode and cocktail are brought to you by my friends over at Collins & Coupe, a boutique cocktail supply store based out of San Diego, California. These guys are super rad, and they sell some really neat bar tools, cocktail supply kits, and antique glassware. Not to mention the really dope pins that they sell. They also have on their online store links to where you can buy from Black-owned, women-owned, as well as LGBTQ-owned suppliers, which is super awesome and a great way to show your support. Please go visit my friends over at Collins & Coupe. They're great. This Manhattan variation, called the Hanky Panky, was made by Ada Coleman, who was a famous female bartender in the early cocktail world. And most of her regulars called her Coley. Now, between 1903 and 1925, she tended bar at the Savoy Hotel. One of the biggest things that the Savoy Hotel is known for is their cocktail book, the Savoy Cocktail Book. Ada Coleman created the Hanky Panky for one of her top regulars. He was an English comedic actor and musician who went by the name of Sir Charles Hawtrey. Now, Mr. Hawtrey came in after having a really rough day, kind of like, Bandito over here. Asked Ada if she could make him a cocktail with a bit of a punch to it. So she whipped up this cocktail, and after his first drink, he explained, "By Jupiter, this is the real Hanky Panky." And that was where the name was derived. The Hanky Panky went on to be Ada's signature cocktail, and she even had it published in the Savoy Cocktail Book. The Hanky Panky is a very delicate, spirit-forward cocktail that's made from 3 ingredients: gin, sweet vermouth, and Fernet Branca. So the gin we're going to be using today is something that we've used before. It's the Leopold Brothers American Small Batch Gin. Now this stuff is coming from Denver, Colorado. This stuff is amazing. It's very citrus forward, considering it's made from Polemos and Valenciana oranges, and I feel like it pairs well with the rest of the ingredients for this cocktail. Next, for sweet vermouth, we're going to be using Punta Mes, which name means 1.5. Now the story behind that means it's 1 part vermouth and a half a part bitter aperitivo. And this stuff has some really delicious bitter orange and bitter rhubarb characteristics, which I really enjoy. Now the final ingredient is Fernet Branca. Oh man, do I love me some Fernet. So Fernet is categorized as an Amaro, which is a bitter herbal liqueur. This stuff is coming from Milan, Italy, made by the Bernardino Branca family. That's Bernardino Branca is the gentleman who made it and passed it along to his kids, and it has stuck. The recipe has stuck with his whole family for years, and still is. The nickname for Fernet Branca is the bartender's handshake because we bartenders freaking love this stuff. The build for Hanky Panky is actually quite simple. So first, it's not going to have any citrus in it, and we're not trying to compact all those flavors. We just want to chill and dilute it. So we're just going to be stirring this in our mixing glass. Now, to start building. First, we're going to be using that Fernet Branca that I love so much. We're only going to be using 1/4 of an ounce. We don't want to overpower it with Fernet because it is a pretty prominent flavor. So again, only 1/4 ounce. These two are simply just equal parts, 1.5 ounces on each. So let's go ahead and add our vermouth. Again, 1.5 ounces. Secondly, we're going to be adding 1.5 ounces of our gin. We're going to go ahead and get our glass ready, and this is going to be served up in a coupe. Now, let's add our ice and stir our hearts out, baby. Now for a garnish, we want to use some orange, like an orange swath. So grab your peeler and go ahead and peel off a nice piece of that orange. And now first we want to zest all of the orange on top of the drink. It's just squeezing it on the top like such. You'll notice when you're doing it that you're getting a lot of the oils on top of the drink. And the reason why we do that is because when you're bringing it up to your nose, the first thing you want to get is that whiff of the orange peel. You also want to rim your glass. Now make your swath look pretty and give it a nice little twist to it. And voila! We just made a Hanky Panky. Cheers! Alright, let's go ahead and give this bad Larry a taste. Ooh. Now this is a very sharp, herbaceous, delicious cocktail. It's very delicate. It's got a lot of stuff going on in there. Not only with the bitterness, but like with the citrus gin. The Fernet is coming through. Yeah, so if you're looking for just like a good gin-forward cocktail, especially if you typically like Manhattans, this is the cocktail for you. Again, this video is brought to you by Collins and Coupe, and now their online store is shipping nationally. So if you want to get yourself some fun like bar tools or some antique glassware, or hell, even some like pretty sweet pens, I highly recommend going to their store. And at checkout, please enter in my discount code Barkeep's Choice. No punctuation, no spacing, just one full word, Barkeep's Choice, and you will receive 15% off your whole order. 15%! That's a pretty good deal. Now, go check them out and treat yourself. Now, friends, again, bars and restaurants are open, so if you're going to go out, please, I do ask you again and again, please be respectful to the staff. You know, they're not making the mask rule, they're just abiding by it. Please be respectful and tip them really well. And I'm just going to say it one more time. Please wear your mask when you go in. It's just a piece of fabric that goes over your face. You wear it for a little bit, you sit down, you get to do this. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Friends, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and letting me rant about all these amazing spirits and also teach you about the Hanky Panky. I hope you got to learn a lot. So please click that little subscribe button so we can continue to make drinks together. And turn on your notifications so every time Bandit and I come out, you get to hang out with us and we all get to make drinks together. Alright friends, stay safe, stay clean, farewell, drink up, cheers.